The haunted halls of Bolling Hall, Bradford's historic mystery. Bolling Hall, nestled in Bradford, is one of Yorkshire's oldest and most storied buildings, with roots dating back over 600 years. Its stone walls have witnessed the rise and fall of eras, from the medieval period to the Civil War, and it has been home to several noble families. With such a rich and sometimes tragic history, it's no wonder that Bolling Hall is rumoured to be haunted, its halls echoing with ghostly whispers and sightings that have made it one of the most famous haunted sites in England. For those who visit, Bolling Hall offers more than just a glimpse into history, it offers an encounter with the supernatural. Here are the most chilling tales tied to this centuries old mansion, told by visitors, staff, and historians alike. Perhaps the most famous apparition tied to Bolling Hall is the Lady in White, a spirit said to roam the halls with a haunting elegance. She is often described as a figure in a flowing white gown, her face pale and sorrowful, drifting through the grand rooms and corridors as if searching for something or someone lost. Many believe she is the spirit of one of the noble women who once lived at the hall, a lady who died suddenly, perhaps from illness or heartbreak. The lady in white has been spotted by numerous visitors and staff members over the years, her figure appearing and disappearing in the blink of an eye. Some have reported seeing her standing by one of the windows, gazing out as if waiting for someone to return. One visitor who encountered her during a tour felt an immense sadness emanating from her figure, as though the spirit was weighed down by a grief that had not left her even in death. When the visitor tried to approach, the figure faded into the walls, leaving behind an icy chill. The eerie sound of children laughing has often been reported by those exploring the upper floors of Bolling Hall, especially near what was once the nursery. These sounds, echoing through the empty rooms, are often heard in the late afternoon, though sometimes they are accompanied by the faint sound of running footsteps. One staff member, closing up the hall late one evening, reported hearing the sound of a young child laughing, followed by the soft patter of footsteps. Thinking it was another staff member or a visitor left behind, she called out, but received no answer. As she followed the sound down a long hallway, the laughter grew louder before fading entirely, leaving her alone in the silence. Many believe these sounds are the echoes of children who once lived in the halls centuries ago, their innocent laughter imprinted in the building's stones, destined to repeat like a ghostly memory. One of Bolling Hall's darkest chapters came during the Civil English War, when Bradford was besieged by the royalist forces of King Charles I. Legend has it that during the siege a ghostly apparition appeared to Lord Fairfax, the royalist general, warning him to show mercy to the residents of Bradford. The story goes that Fairfax, staying at Bolling Hall, was visited in the dead of night by a mysterious figure who urged him to pity poor Bradford. Though Fairfax is said to have taken the ghost's warning to heart, sparing the town, the spirit has never truly left Bolling Hall. The Civil War room where Fairfax reportedly had his spectral visitation remains one of the most haunted areas in the building. Many visitors report feeling a sudden chill upon entering, while others have seen an ethereal figure standing by the bed, dressed in the clothing of the 17th century, his face hidden in the shadow. It's as if the ghostly warning of pity poor Bradford lingers in the air, a reminder of the town's tumultuous past. Another common experience at Bolling Hall is the feeling of an invisible hand touching visitors' shoulders or arms. This chilling sensation, often described as an ice cold grip, has left many guests and staff alike unnerved, particularly when it happens in the hall's darker, less travelled rooms. One guest, touring the hall with her family, was exploring a small chamber when she suddenly felt a freezing hand grip her arm. Turning quickly, she found no one there, yet the sensation of the cold lingered as though someone or something had been trying to hold her back. She left the room immediately, shaken, and was later told by staff that she wasn't the first to experience this mysterious touch. Many believe it is the spirit of a servant or guard from the hall's early years, a figure whose duty to protect the manor has kept him here long after death. The attic of Bolling Hall is another site with a reputation for eerie occurrences. Visitors who venture up the narrow staircase often report hearing strange noises, creaking footsteps, faint whispers, and even the sound of furniture being moved. Some staff members refuse to go up into the attic alone, as the feeling of being watched is overwhelming, almost oppressive. One former staff member shared a story of being in the attic to perform routine maintenance. As he worked, he began to feel an intense pressure in the room as though something invisible was standing directly behind him. When he turned, he saw nothing but the dim light filtering through the small attic windows. However, the feeling of a presence persisted, growing stronger until he decided to leave. Descending the staircase, he heard the distinct sound of a door creaking closed behind him, even though he was certain he hadn't left any doors open. Some speculate that the spirits in the attic are those of servants or workers who once lived and toiled within the manor, their energy imprinted in the very structure of the building. Others believe that the attic, with its thick walls and low ceiling, might be a focal point for the supernatural forces that haunt Bolling Hall. The legends surrounding Bolling Hall are deeply ingrained in its walls. From the sorrowful lady in white to the restless spirits of the attic, it is a place where history and hauntings intertwine, where echoes of past lives replay in strange and inexplicable ways. Many believe the building's age, its stored history, and the intense emotions of those who once lived and died there have imbued it with an energy that cannot be fully understood. For those who dare to visit, Bolling Hall offers more than just a glimpse into Yorkshire history. It offers an encounter with the unknown. The air is thick with stories, secrets, and spectres, waiting for those who are brave enough to wander its haunted halls. Whether it's the soft laughter of unseen children, the heavy presence of the ghostly soldier, or the touch of an invisible hand, Bolling Hall reminds all who enter that the past is never truly gone. In this ancient manor it remains very much alive, its spectres haunting every corner, waiting in silence.